let me just put this out there. Forgiveness has absolutely nothing to do with the other person. Forgiveness has absolutely nothing to do with the other person. Now, because you can forgive somebody, or you can forgive a situation or a moment and never come. I mean, you never see them again, so you never have an opportunity to engage them in any way. It's really got nothing to do with them. It's got everything to do with the mindset. And so that's what it is. Forgiveness really becomes, all of a sudden you got a spiritual key to unlock the chain to your mind. Don't really have nothing to do with them. Hopefully a different mindset changes your attitude about them. And that's the different approach to them, but it's about a mindset. So you gotta participate in forgiveness. But I said this last week too, that the only way that you can truly come to the Father, and this is some of the problem. It's why we identify in Christianity with the Savior, but we often do not identify with the Father, because we like the thought of being saved from my sins or my darkness or my whatever else it is. But to actually come to the Father requires me to have to take responsibility for myself, my mindset, my approach. And we're okay with a Savior that doesn't cause us to take responsibility. That we like an idea of a Savior that doesn't cause us to have to take responsibility because He did it for us. But we don't like the idea of, because in a father-child relationship, both of them have to take responsibility, or it's not really a relationship, right? There's a responsibility to the father, and there's also a responsibility to the child. Okay, and often our relationship and our thought process of both our natural relationships with children and then with God is that it becomes very one-sided. A child only approaches a father when he wants something, but a child rarely approaches a father out of just wanting relationship, right? So and so in that regard, He said, unless you come to me like one of these children. So there's got to be some soul searching on the inside that says, first of all, I don't just want to know a Savior, because just knowing a Savior, if we're watch, knowing a Savior gets me into heaven, but knowing a Father gets me in the kingdom. And there's a difference, okay? Heaven you can't participate in until after you die, okay? But the kingdom you can participate in now. And there's an authority, there's a power, there's an ability, there's an identity. You can participate with a Savior and never know your identity. But you can't participate with a father and not know your identity, because it's exactly what a father is about, is identifying the child. So but watch, in order to and that's probably where I want to centrally go, is the identity thing. In order for you to know who you really are, you got to face yourself. And a Savior keeps us from having to face ourselves. Now, a Savior, the thought of a Savior that we have keeps us from it. Not Him, I'm talking about us. The thought of a Savior keeps us from having to face ourselves. So, in order for me to come to the Father as a child, I've got to deal with myself. I got to deal with many things about myself, but I've got to deal with my ability then to loose myself from what has robbed my childlike nature.